I literally just made a fucking video talking about this dumb ass company. Fuck. I can't say ass in the middle. No, I can't. That's fine. Alright. This dumb ass company, BSG, about their fucking... Nikita is... I don't even know where to start with this. Nikita is a fucking joke. I said it at the end of my last video, and I'm still uploading that because it pisses me off. And it kind of reinforces the point, like the point of the community right now. BSG doesn't care. They never have cared. All they care... I did a script with the last video, but I'm just kind of fucking winging it this time. Because this is fucking bullshit. Their $150 for the EOD edition was already fucking crazy. Paying that much for a game, yeah, you get some cool bells and whistles, and I paid for it. I paid for it because I didn't think that a game dev would be this fucking stupid to self-destruct like this right before the full release. We aren't even at the full release yet, and they're implementing stuff in the beta that is pay to win. How can you fuck up this hard? Didn't even wait until the final fucking version of the game released. Not to mention scamming the players out of DLC. The EOD people, yeah, me and everyone else who bought the fucking EOD edition, they don't sell it anymore, and we were promised access to subsequent releases. Or subsequent DLC, sorry. And, well, it turns out they can decide what DLC is, you know, it's just not like, they can just call, they call the PvE thing a new feature to the game. You can call every DLC a new feature, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ, I've never met this stupid of a fucking developer who is just blatantly in front of everyone just saying, in the recent interview that was done by Emmy, and which who was it? It was One Peg. Fucking One Peg talked about in one of his recent videos. He's been uploading a lot because there's just so much news, because BSG just doesn't stop. They just keep fucking rolling. They're like, fuck it. You think this is as pissed as you can get? Hold my fucking beer. Let's go. Like, how? And you're asking, well, why are you so pissed? You haven't played this game in years. That doesn't mean I didn't want to come back to it one day when it was polished. If it ever got polished. And I had my reserves about that. I had my reservations about it. Sorry. Again, no script. It's so fucking bad. Just how stupid and how foolhardy, how scorched earth he is completely going. For what? He says the true believers who want to support the game will buy the $250 edition. And yeah, sure, his English isn't his first language, so I'm willing to give him some slack on that. It can come off as kind of crude if you don't speak English very well, or broken English, or not very good English. It can come off as kind of crude. He wouldn't be the first person that's done that. But he doubles down. He fucking doubles down and says if the true believers will support it. It's like, what are you talking about, true believers? We spent $150, by the way, over fucking priced at the time, which was insane. It was overpriced at the time. Now you're gonna add 100% on top of that. Or no, not even 100%. You're gonna add $100 on top of that and say, and obviously add features that will be pay to win. Like, what are you talking about, Nikita? Have you become this fucking mind-numbingly stupid to where you think that we don't want to support the game? Bro, your community was loyal. More loyal than I ever would have fucking been. Like, I dipped out of it early. Like, the writing has been on the walls for years. They haven't cared. There's a reason why there's such a cheater problem there. And don't get me wrong, every fucking, like, PvP-oriented game is gonna have a cheater problem. But it is insane. Because of how unforgiving this game is, it feels like they're not even fucking trying to ban cheaters. And if they are, it's just a reason for them to buy another account. Nikita, I need you to listen to me. And everyone else in the community. Fucking stop. You know what? No, fuck that. No, don't stop. Fucking resign, please. I don't give a shit if this was your dream project. I don't care if you brought the idea, if this is your, it's not even his passion project, but if this is your idea, like this whole game was your idea, I don't give a shit. Fucking hand it off to the next person, because you are not the person, you are not the developer to do this. If he is the one making all these decisions. I don't even know if it's the dev team making these decisions. I feel like he's just the one that's fucking working behind the curtain. Like, what is your fucking deal, bro? You want to turn on your player base, which he's always done this, by the way. I touched on that in my last video, too. He's always done this. There have been instances where he blames the community instead of taking accountability because, oh, it's his vision, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Fine. You're not going to have any fucking players come full release. And good luck having anyone buy your shitty games after this game releases. And there's a disagreement I want to have with One Peg on his video. I don't believe Nikita's as smart as everyone fucking says he is. I think he got lucky. I think his true nature is just starting to show. And maybe it's just a business decision, fine. Business isn't personal, fine. But you know what? You have to have some good fucking will with your community if you're going to do something with this. And to be honest with you, throughout the years, the goodwill has dwindled from the community. Because at every update, they're creating more tools for cheaters. They're fucking creating more game-breaking bugs, even though they fucking maxed out, not maxed out, they fucking added to their team, and it's supposed to be, yeah, we're gonna pump out content. No. Apparently fucking not. Like what he said in the Emmy interview. He said, they're preparing for full release, which is like basically saying, well, we need the money to prepare for full release. Fine, whatever. You need money to launch your game. Fine. But adding fucking pay-to-win mechanics in your already broken fucking game is insane to me. The game that cheaters can just abuse. And when you die in this game, it's not like Rainbow Six Siege. It's not like CSGO. It's not like Fortnite. You don't respawn. You don't lose anything. Or you respawn. You don't lose anything. It's all well and good. GG, next round. No, you can't do that in this game because there is loot at stake. And that's what pissed me off about this game. With so much at stake, you have to be ready when going to make a game of this magnitude and of this, like, specification. You have to have the infrastructure to handle cheaters. Preparing for full release, fine. But why the pay-to-win mechanics? If you can drop an extra $250 or $100 if you have the EOD edition, by the way, that's a fucking scam. Unheard edition replaced the EOD edition, so I feel like the EOD edition should get everything the Unheard edition gets. I really don't give a shit. Like, honestly, that would be the fairest way, and it's not even that fair because you're still getting pay-to-win mechanics. Everyone's saying, if you need money, why not just monetize the game to the point where, like, you can get skins, cosmetics, not game-changing abilities or game-changing equipment, like the scav thing, or the fucking scav radio or whatever it is. And then only giving people who spent that $250 access to the PvE because, get this, he can't give PvE to everyone because it's too expensive and technically hard. Those who support it will have the option. Bro, your community has supported you the most, and I think any other recent, like, modern day gaming community ever has. Do you think people would fucking like it if, like, fucking Siege? The better example is Siege sells a special edition where, well, instead of like 50 start selling editions where operators get more bullets in their guns, or a higher damage reg, or a higher whatever damage for that gun. for their guns. It's like, does that seem right to you? Because you spent fucking an extra $250 to get more damage on a gun? Like, what? It's fucking pay to win at its finest, and I don't think he cares. We just got scammed by the greatest Russian scammers of all fucking time. They were in it for the long con. God damn. I'll give him that. He's a patient son of a bitch. I'll give him that. Like, I can't even think straight, because it's not even that I'm pissed about the game getting ruined. I mean, yeah, that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because I was a fan of this game at the time. Or a long time ago, not even at the time. I was a fan of this game at a time. But them saying it's can't give PvE to everyone, even though that counts as a DLC, I don't care what the fuck you classify it as, what your content manager classifies it as. It is DLC. You don't get to make a new definition of what a DLC is. Oh, it's just a new feature, And if it's too expensive and technically hard, bro, you already have our money. The people who spent that obscene amount of $150, those were your supporters, and they believed in you until you just fucking pulled the rug out from under them and was like, okay, well, here's another edition, and you get game-changing abilities, and if you're a true fan, you'll buy it, because it'll support us. Support you to do what? Go to fucking Dubai and just fucking DJ there again? No. You complain about all this fucking money problems and shit, but it doesn't seem like you're putting actual work into the game. And I'm not even talking about him going to Dubai. I'm sure he gets paid well on his salary. I'm just saying that you saying that if there is an actual money problem, and if this is truly your passion project, if you're having money troubles, there are other ways to monetize the game. Or how about this? Take a cut. Take a massive cut from your fucking bonus or whatever. I don't know how paychecks work over in Russia. Whether they get, like, yearly bonuses or whatever. But, like, take a fucking bonus cut, dude. If that is truly the problem. Stop fucking the community has already done so much for your dumbass. And you can't see it. They gave you the platform to start your shitty fucking game and develop it the way you wanted to. And I could choke down the way you wanted to develop it and say that those were your decisions, fine. But this is obvious just cash grabbing. My throat's getting dry because I'm getting pissed off. And he says no one's, in that interview, and this is a leaked interview by the way, he's like, no one's forcing you to buy, you can bail. That's a great way to market your fucking thing. That's talking like a fucking 12-year-old, dude. Come on now. Like, well, you can just leave. You don't like my birthday party, you can just leave. I like Skittles the Clown. Like, what the fuck? You're talking like a child who's mad because people don't like what he's saying. Because you said some stupid shit and they're calling you out on it, and he's like fucking throwing a temper tantrum. Like, huh? And them saying it's too expensive and technically hard. Bro, your whole development has been technically hard according to you. Any other game dev, you wanna know why it's technically hard? Because any other game dev would have chose a different engine to go on other than fucking, what is it, Unreal Engine 5? Unity. It's on Unity. I take that back. Unreal Engine 5 is actually pretty... Unreal Engine as a whole is really good for multiplayer games. I believe that's what Fortnite is on. And maybe they didn't give the requirements that they needed for that game. But there has to be other engines out there. Like, holy shit. I don't know. I'm at 15 minutes and I'm just heated. And he doubles down and says everything's fine and going as planned when Emmy asks if, like, there's money problems with the development. Is there any money problems? And he says no. Then what the fuck was the point in doing this if there were truly no money problems? What was the point of adding a $250 edition version of the game that gives those players an advantage in some way and gives them access to a completely different game mode that is not accessible, even in EOD. Well, now it's going to be for 6 months. Why? Why 6 months? Just give it to them. I don't even have my EOD key anymore. And by the way, I don't want it back anymore. Like, holy shit. If it was physically in my hand, I'd fucking burn it. There's no, and you can say, like, why are you getting this mad over a video game? I'm not mad at the state of the video game anymore. I am mad how egotistical and fucking demeaning Nikita has been these past years, since even before the game blew up. He was a fucking asshole. I don't even know why people gave him a fucking platform to begin with, because he can't develop, and apparently neither can his team. Making a PvE style fucking thing, making a PvE style mode should be easier than making a fucking PvP style mode. I don't get what you're saying is technically hard. And I'm not touching on the expensive part, because maybe it is. Maybe they have to make servers specifically for that. Maybe it's expensive. $250 worth of expensive? Really? Is that why you're at if they could have gotten away with just charging $250 for the PvE mode, they would have done it, but they knew they couldn't, so they fucking just added, like, game-changing mechanics to the people who buy that edition. And he's saying, the way he talks, again, you can chalk this up to being, like, roughly translated, but, like, the way he's saying shit makes it seem like the people who bought that EOD aren't true people who bought EOD aren't true supporters, and whoever buys this edition are the true believers. They believe in the game. No, man, it's not that we don't believe in the fucking game. If anything, most of the community wants to believe in it. They don't believe in you. They can't believe in you anymore. And that's one of the things that a player base has to. They have to believe that the devs will finish the game, will do right by the community. And right now, you are going the complete fucking opposite direction and saying, too fucking bad, this is my game, I can do what I want. Fine, have fun with your 10 fucking players by the time of full release, because you can't keep your fucking mouth shut and can't help from being a condescending douchebag to every single person in your fucking community. You sack of shit.